Let me just check some camera positions here as I will be live. Actually, I am live on the Facebook group, but I'm also live on YouTube. So if you prefer YouTube, go ahead. Okay. The only difference is that the videos will be available only for those that are in my Facebook group. All right. So hopefully we're gonna have a good image for everything. Not sure. Let's see. Maybe I will put the camera a little down. Okay. Hold on a second. Then you can better see what I'm doing. Okay, so looks like YouTube, we have it. Okay. Okay, fantastic. So let me do like this. Then you can also see my face. All right. This is just, hello Ryan, how are you, my friend? Let me just check, and while we are checking some camera positions, or some different cameras, actually I think I would do this less. Oh, I need more. Okay, because I don't want you to lose anything I do, and I will put my chair not too down, up, and let's see if it gets better. All right. Okay. All right. How's the image for you guys? Great. At least decent. All right. Great. Let me take this out here. Okay. Everything looks fantastic. Okay, YouTube like a little here. All right, hello Ryan, hello Matt, hello Taylor, how are you, my friend? Image looks good, fantastic. Oh, sometimes I have to refresh the camera, or the YouTube, because sometimes right. I don't want you to keep talking and without seeing your message, you know. But once you do that, sometimes the camera gets frozen. So that's why from time to time I have to refresh here. Okay. So all right. Don't worry. Okay, looks great. Sounds great. I mean, are you listening to the guitar? All right. So, welcome to the George Benson Method Week Experience 10. So, in this series of lessons, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to master the jazz guitar improvisation in a much more fun way, okay? And also faster than anything you could imagine, all right? So, I'm going to start telling you some how the George Benson happened. Then you will better understand the concept of the George Benson, or the goals of the George Benson method. Okay. I started studying guitar when I was a kid. I was 10 years old, and as a young player, I started playing some rock and roll things. But at the age of also 10, I was introduced to George Benson's songs and Miles Davis or Herbie Hancock, and I fell in love with jazz. and but I kept playing some rock and roll as a kid. You know, every kid, I mean, loves rock and roll because I think rock and roll it's on the young guy's blood. You know, everyone's. So anyway, so I started playing some jazz and rock and roll, and so my career, my rock career lasted till I was maybe 12, you know, and where I remember that with 10, 11 years old, I used to write the songs that I love to play, and it was fun because I was writing some rock and roll stuffs, and then in the middle of the rock and roll stuffs, oh, maybe all the things you are, all blues. So I was kind of confused on that time. Man, should I play rock or should I play jazz? Because man, I love George Benson, and uh, that was a very interesting story, and you will understand why I'm telling you that. I mean, I started studying jazz and lots of harmony and techniques, and my first teacher, used to love George Benson as well, so he taught me some oh, hold the pick like this because it's good, you know. So later on, when I was on my 20s, finally I met George Benson, you know, and the connection between us was immediately. Uh, so we started being good friends, and but I wanted something more because I wanted to learn from him, you know, learn from the master. And I started following him all over the world, you know. So I sold everything I had, and I decided to follow him everywhere in the world, all over Europe, South America, North America, Australia, you know, so many places. And I use motorcycle, boat, car, ferry, like anything you can imagine. I walk a lot, you know, bus. So bicycle actually was fun because I had a guitar, bicycle, and my bag. I can tell you the story later. But so everywhere where George was, I was on the backstage. Hey, Mr. George Benson, do you remember me? This is Peter Farrell. And then in the beginning, I remember the guys, the band, they felt not comfortable because, man, who the hell is this boy following the bus? Because the bus was on the road, you know, it was a highway actually at night. And I was with a motorcycle with a guitar on my back, and so the guys they felt like uncomfortable because they thought I might be just the guy that killed John Lennon. So maybe this guy wants to kill George Benson. I mean, I would think so. So, but I started my friendship with George like that. So, and then time has passed, and one day he called me. Hey, Peter, I think you've done enough. Now it's time for me to invite you properly to my home. Say what? You know, and he called me, and I remember that I got the phone, and then I saw George Benson say, "Man, I don't believe this is George Benson calling me." I said, "Man," and then. Finally we were together, you know, for the proper lessons. You know, I don't believe that George is gonna give me lessons. And the first thing he told me was, Peter, I'm not a teacher. You have to understand that. Okay, so we're gonna be discussing some things that I like, and I say, okay, George, anything you want to. But the thing was, he started playing. Oh, check this and check something. Check this. And of course, I was already a very good guitar player at that time, but I wasn't understanding the point where he wanted me to go because he was showing me so many brilliant and amazing things. However, I wasn't understanding the how deep it could be. I wanted to know what was under the curtains, you know? So, how to sound like that, how to build my own ideas sounding as good as George Benson, you know? And then I said, man, I don't believe this because I'm here in front of George and I will miss this opportunity, you know? And so I felt so bad because I felt like an idiot to say, man, I don't believe that I did what I did, and now I can't understand, you know? And George felt that I was like that, so hold on, Peter, don't get frustrated. Just as time goes by, we will discuss more and you will understand. And then I was like, okay, okay. But to be honest, during 3 years, I was having some lessons with George. Of course, I told so many great licks and ideas, but during 3 years, I didn't know what to do or where to start from because, okay, I was a little better, but the lessons with him until that moment wasn't something that has changed my life. Okay, I mean, in terms of dreams, of course, but in terms musically speaking. Okay, so and one day I remember that he mentioned like, oh, that's the secret of the two chords, you know, and I kept it in my mind like thinking about what the fuck is the secret to chords. I knew that there was something with major and minor, but so okay, but what can I do with that? What about all the other chords? And actually, in my first lesson with him, that was the first question he made me. Like, Peter, how many chords do we have? And I said, well, maybe four: major, minor, diminished, and half diminished. I say, no, we have major and minor. I said, what? So, and then I kept thinking about that during 3 years, maybe 2 years and something, but let's say 3 years. And where I used to fly to USA and stay a couple of weeks with him, and then come back to Brazil, and then keep playing and watching my lessons with him, which I have billions of hours. Okay, I can sell this for you for $1 million. No, just kidding. So, and then I started like listening his songs, saying, man, it can be, you know, because on that time, as I mentioned before, and now you're gonna understand why I mentioned that I started as a rock player. When I used to play some Slash solos from Guns N' Roses, and actually people ask me, Peter, how the George Benson method happen, or how the idea came to your mind. Actually, the George Benson method started because of Guns N' Roses, believe it or not. Because I used to love Slash playing, and I wanted to play like him on the desert. Rah, rah, rah. And the thing is that on that time, I was having fun with my playing. Let me just check the YouTube thing here. So, and then I wanted to play like Slash, and I was having fun. There was a lot of joy, like playing the solos, and actually improvisation was in my blood already, because I remember that I used to go to some places where the guys wanted me to do the exactly solo, and okay, sometimes I did, but lots of times I used to do different solos, you know, like I was improvising without knowing that I was improvising. But of course it was so simple, but it was the beginning of improvisation for me. And I remember the guys of the band said, man, what you doing, man? You play the fucking solo. I was like, yes, I am, but I'm playing mine, you know? and then when I started studying some jazz, I started learning chords and harmonies, so I knew more ideas, I knew more music, more rhythm, I knew more harmony, more melody, or more technique. However, my joy has gone. I say, man, I hate to listening to myself playing. Anything, so like could be fast, slow, medium. There was something missing, and because I was thinking too much, or maybe whatever. I had no method actually. I just had some licks and some scales under my fingers, but that wasn't enough. So and I had to start from somewhere where I could bring my joy to play back. Okay, so because I wasn't happy, I really wasn't happy. So I started to listening to George's songs. I say it can be difficult. It can be like that. So I realized that I had to start from an easy thing. And because, for example, nowadays, I don't believe we have anything complex. What we call complex is the combination of simple things. Okay? So, and if you can't do something, it's not because you have no talent or because you are an idiot. No, it's just because you don't know the step by step to do something. So it was a unique opportunity for myself to reborn for music actually. So and I decided to start from the scratch. So okay, let me start. And one day I remember that I was listening to one of George's solo. There's a very interesting and actually an amazing recording from Frank Sinatra singing the jazz standard called "After You've Gone." And there's a big band where Quincy Jones is the arranger, and George has a solo on that song. And I remember that the first line that George played was I said, uh-oh, this is a line, but I have to do something about it. And I said, okay, let me get this. Let me extend. Okay, because he's playing, I knew that it was a flat major 7, but there was the 6 and the 9. So, well, let me add 6 and 9 in this arpeggio. Okay, and I remember that I call it the scale arpeggios, because it's a part of the scale, but actually simple arpeggios 1 3 1 3 5 7 with 6 and 9. I said, wow, that sounds beautiful, because then I don't have to worry about fourth and whatever note that we call avoid notes, as so many of you know. So all the notes from there would sound great. I say, okay, so I started from here. Fantastic. So I will connect this idea with A flat. So everywhere where I have this, I say, and then I could change the rhythm. Okay? Let me just. All right. And then I started. So okay, now I have this, and then I remember that when I found this, immediately I started finding other ideas for different types of major 7. So for this chord, I remember that George in one of his recordings he played like. I think this, I might be wrong, but I think it came from That's Right, the album, So, and believe, I started like listening, trying to figure out the string that George was playing. Hold on a second, because actually I'm melting. Here in Brazil, you have no idea how hot it is. And actually I changed the time of the lesson because of the rain. Because 3:30 here in São Paulo, and mainly in the São Paulo, there are lots of rain. So probably the lights will be like a kind of not properly for lessons. Okay. Anyway, so I said, man, this chord I'm gonna have like this. Okay. Wow. So I will put one more note. Wow, I like that. Although it's a simple thing, but you know what? I like that because it sounds beautiful. It sounds fresh, and for me, sounds as good as when I was playing some slash solos. You know. Wow. And then next one, I found this, and then. Okay, I will play slower for you guys. Don't worry. Later. So what I'm trying to say is that I found the root of the secret of the two chords. Not sure if George thought about that, but I remember when I figured out that, I immediately called him and say, "Hey George, do you remember you mentioned about the secret of the two chords? And then I was listening to your songs, and then I got the arpeggios that blah 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 blah." And then he said, "Peter, calm down. I can't understand your ideas because I must see it. So what are you gonna do next week?" I say, "Nothing. I'm free." "Okay, can you come over?" I say, "Yes." I had no money, nothing, but I believe that when we want something, or when we want something so bad, we find a way to do it. That's what I did. So here I was like getting an airplane, and then going to USA again. And then I remember that when I started showing George my ideas, I said, "Hey George, for this chord, remember the recording from Frank Sinatra? I got this, and then from your album, blah blah blah." And then I remember that he looked at me and said, "Peter, this is a great beginning actually. So play it again." And then I started showing him that I was mapping the guitar neck for example, let's get C major. Okay, so we're gonna have C major, A minor, C major, A minor, and A minor. Why like this? Because by doing that, I can cover all the guitar neck, and then the next one is the beginning again. See? Wow. So for this position, I would have what we call the first scale arpeggio. All right. So don't worry about the picking. I will talk about a lot about picking in a few minutes. Okay. So, but for now, just pay attention the how I pick. Okay, or the picking direction. So we do like this. See again. Then the second one, I had like, see, the fingering and picking are so important, right? One more time. Then the third position, okay, we're gonna start up. Then we have the fourth position where we're gonna have the fifth position where we're gonna have everything a little faster, like. Alright, so the picking direction and the left hand fingering are super important. And that was a process that happened together, okay, with the secret of two chords. Because obviously, that in my first lesson with George, I asked him, okay, George, come on, man, just let me just hold on a second. Let me just turn off the. Hold on a second. All right. If I need, I will put some sound here. Okay. Let me refresh this page here. All right. Here we go. So I say, hey George, come on, man. Tell me the secret of your right hand, because you hold a bit different. I try to hold it like you, but I mean, sometimes work perfect and sometimes not. So please tell me, what's your secret? And then he looked at me. I remember that, Peter, my secret, it's on my left hand, not my right hand. Really? I say, yes, my left hand just follows what my right hand just follows what my left hand is doing. So, and then I figure, but there is no secret. And then he said to me, of course, we have some secrets, obviously, using the right hand. But if you don't have a proper fingering in the left hand, man, forget it. You can study how much you want, you will never be there. I say, wow, the words from George Benson. So if you don't have a proper left hand, I mean, your technique will never be at least decent, okay? So this is the secret of the two chords, Calvin. that's what I just mentioned. I will keep playing, or I will keep teaching you so many things about it. This is just the spark, all right? So I remember that I said, oh, so I had to check my left hand fingering to see if the picking was working. So I had to recheck all my lines and see if I was playing it properly. Okay, so let me get a very interesting example you can understand. If I have three notes here, okay, A minor, have. If I play down, up, down, guess what? If I need to go to the next string, I will never do it fast, or if I do, I will do it will be difficult. So then came the first rule that I was creating the method, you know. So the first rule is never change from one string to another playing a downstroke. So the rule is every time I want to change from one string to another, I should play an up stroke. And also the second rule, never play odd number of fingers when we are going from the high to the low. Why? Because we're gonna break the first rule. Okay? If I play 1, 2, 3, I just broke. Or even if I play up, down, up, okay? Then if the next string I play down, up, down, I just break the rule again. Okay? So sometimes we might have three notes in one string, but then we have to check if the picking is okay. Um, but the second rule says that every time we must go from the higher notes to the lower notes, we should play even number of notes, four or two, maybe six, but 99% is four notes or two notes. And when we go from the lower strings to the higher strings, yes, we can play three notes. Why? Because then we would be doing one of the right hand techniques, which we call the sweep technique. So I play down, up, down, down. See? Down, up, down, down, up, down. A C major scale, for example. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Wow! So I created a pattern in terms of picking, which is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. See, it's up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Then it works. Okay, so three notes going from the lower to the higher. Yes, it works. So, and then came the third rule, which says that an ascending movement is always different from the descending movement in terms of fingering, which means that if I want to play a major scale, I can't do like this because I will destroy the picking, and it will be so uncomfortable. It's easy to see, but uncomfortable to play. Okay? So down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And guess what? We play down here. Right? Now let's do the descending thing. So up, down, up. Okay, so sorry, I did down, up, down. Again, let me see that. Okay, down. So we have like down, up, down. To fix this, because I can't change from one string to another, remember the first rule. So down, up, down, up. Now we are cooking. So again, down, up, moving. And then I will do down, up. See, changing. Wes Montgomery used to do that a lot. Like down, up, down, up, down, up. Then down, up, down, up. See that? Down, up, down, up, down. What happened here is that we play more horizontally speaking. Okay? So, yes, when we go from the lower to the higher, we can go horizontally too. But we can do lots of great vertical movements. Yes, they work really good because of the picking, okay, the sweep picking. But when we go from the high to the low, usually we tend to play things more horizontal, okay? So again, I play. Coming back. See, two notes. Or there are other options too. If I play like down, and then I'm in C. I will play. That's another option too. So you have to choose one that you like. Although I'm not a super fan of keep playing scales, okay, I'm just showing you an example to see how important the picking and the fingering is. So if you have no connection between both hands, probably you have one of the biggest problems you ever will be dealing with, okay? So don't think that, Peter, I've been playing for fucking 30 years and I can't play fast because every time I want to play something, it's difficult and I can't do that. Guess what? have you thought about or have you considered that you were doing it wrong? Because once you do it wrong, as I mentioned before, no matter how much you study, you will never play it well. Okay? So, yes, there is a proper way of doing that. Let me read something here. I need that pattern. All right, my friend. So to make sure I've got the picking technique, never play odd number of notes when descending. Only even numbers. That's one of the things. But okay to play odd number when ascending. Yes, just like I'm mentioning, because when we do ascending movements, we can use the sweep picking, and the sweep picking can fix the mistake. Okay, so I'll talk about all the techniques about the right hand and about the left hand in a couple of minutes. So, and by doing that, you start working or make your your both hands talk to each other. So they will start fixing things without asking your permission. In other words, you don't have to think anymore, because once you play all your lines with the correct picking and the correct fingering, I mean, they know what to do. So obviously that some exceptions will appear in the middle of the path. However, both hands will know what to do. Okay, so when I have to do for example, a hammer, I don't do a hammer, or where I have to do a pull off, or an inverted hammer, which I will mention later, or a sweep in order to fix the thing. So the thing is that we can't interrupt when we go from the high to the low. Okay, Clint, if you go from the high to the low, you can't destroy the down, up, down, up, down, up, down, or up, down, up. In other words, the alternate picking. Okay, so again, going from the higher notes to the lower notes, you can't destroy the down and up or the alternate picking. Okay, let me just check if it's all good with YouTube. Yes, look at this. Let me read some questions here. Man, being here on the live is probably the closest I'll ever be to George Benson. Nice. Upstroke skate, that's it. Peter, sorry I'm late. How do you hold the pick? Just like you were seeing. But I will show you, don't worry. So some things like sequencing scales through thirds, for example, are not possible with this technique. Yes, going from the high notes, no, it's not. And I will tell you something. The only possibility that you can do 3 notes per string going from the high to the low is that if you do sweep going up. Just some people play like this, and they play like, oh, see, they can play. It's a possibility. So I know how to play like that too. That's not what I use, but you can do that. Okay, but you have to save your fingering, because 3 notes per string are good not for ascending and descending, and this is the tricky part of the guitar, because usually on the piano you can do the same type of movement, ascending and descending. Okay, I'm not a piano player, although I play piano, but I mean, you can do that. On the guitar, you can't do that, okay? So Peter is the best. Thanks, my friend. I highly recommend all of you to the community group. I've been working with books community for a while now, and it has changed my playing tremendously. Thanks a lot, Sebastian. It means a lot to me. So again, Don't play odd fingering going from high to the low. Okay, this I will insist on that because this is it's simple, but this is where people do mistakes. Okay, so again, let's talk about the the right hand and some secrets. Okay, so first thing you can't hold the pick like holding so strong like this, like pressing too much. No, just man, get it just like when we hold something. If we hold a pen, we don't do like this with the pen, you know. Otherwise, you're gonna have tendinitis. You know, just hold the pen like you won't hold like this, like whoa, but hold like normal, if we can say that. Okay, so hold it normal, and then you put your hand on the pickguard here. Okay, and I used to play. I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, I think you can. Let me see, because Facebook it's always late, or actually 10 seconds late. So I used to put my hand like this, you know, but as I had a smaller hand than George, I used to do like this nowadays. I put my pinky a little like this. I mean, you can't see because my hand is like that. But yes, I'm doing something like that. Because then I can have a bigger range here. Like, see, I can, if I do that, it's not as comfortable. As George has a bigger hand, he has this range and I don't. So I do like this, okay? So don't try to move your hand too much. Here, did you see that the hand is a kind of, it's stuck on here, okay? So basically, we're gonna have two secrets, okay? Two secrets from the right hand. We have the type of picking that we do, and we have the type of movement we do with the body, actually with the arm and forearm and wrist. So the first movement we have to know is wrist. I mean, everyone does like this, you know. I'm only moving this part, the wrist, you know. So I'm gonna do. But I can also have, mainly for fast things, I will have the. Did you see that I'm moving my forearm? Like the wrist, then the forearm. The forearm, it's not good for slower or medium tempos. The forearm we use for fast things. Okay, so if we want to play, you see that I'm moving my hand like this. So if I have a line like this, for example, okay, let's get the skater pages. All right, let's get the first one. Okay, so I have like. Did you see that I have three notes here? 1, 2, 3, and then I have to start up because I'm gonna do up, down, up, and here we go. Two notes, like even numbers, or even number of notes per string. Woo, again. And then if I play this in like I'm gonna use the wrist, all right? No problem at all. So, however, if I want to play it faster, I had to start working on that. You see that I'm not moving my wrist anymore, but I'm moving my forearm. I'm doing, see? Like this. Then slower, wrist. Faster, forearm. Okay, so this is the main rule for playing fast. Don't try to play fast with your wrist. Mainly if you want to play like da 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 da. Otherwise you're gonna have to play with lots of slides, hammers, and legato, you know. I'm not against legato, but I think if you play too much with legato, so what would be the difference if you play a groove, or if you play a jazz, or if you play a Brazilian music? Because you're gonna be playing the same, and you can do accents the different accents. So legato is good, but you have to know where to apply them, because if you play legato too much, okay, it's beautiful, but it's out of the song. I mean, you're gonna be out of the mood of the rhythm of the song, okay? Can you demonstrate the picking for ascending in three? In the picking for ascend. Oh, I've done this. You know, you do like this. All right. So you can watch later, my friend, because I've showed the very slow. Okay. And then I forgot what it was. Okay, wrist versus forearm. So again, wrist we use for medium and slow tempos. Okay, and then forearm when we want to play fast. Okay, and notice that there is a kind of bounce in the picking. I'm not holding it too strong, okay? So I'm not doing like this. I'm not forcing my forearm. I'm just moving it. See? There it. Okay, so we have the third movement, which is the shoulder. So this is one of the most difficult because you will be able to use it as soon as you have a good technique. Okay, so if you play like this, like see that, like if you want to do some accent, you do like see that. So I push like this, you know, like. I'm not sure if you can see that, but where I want to do some accents, I used to do it. It's a very short movement, but yes, I'm using the power of the shoulder. All right. So again, three different movements from the arm: wrist, forearm, and shoulder. Again, wrist, forearm, and shoulder. So let me play all the scale arpeggios using the wrist. So I like again. Second one. Did you see that I put some tempo here? Yes, Peter. It means that I can play the scale arpeggios the way I want to, or whenever I want to, in the tempo. No, you have to respect how the scale arpeggio is. And in the first case, we have 2, 3, 4. We have like. Then we have the second one, which is. Then the third one, see that. So the first one, head of the tempo. Second one, head of the tempo. Third one, head of the tempo. Then the fourth one and fifth one, we're gonna play like 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yes, we have to respect where the melodies must be played on the bar. Let's say like that. So is it generally true that you are aiming to play the syncopated notes upbeats as downstroke in right hand? Actually, this is I will mention that because I mean the downbeats or the upbeats can be anywhere. In other words, It's supposed that, okay, I sometimes the tempo would be down, and sometimes will be up. So okay, so this is the fourth rule from picking. The rhythm doesn't change the picking direction. All right, it's not because that's the one, you know. So it doesn't mean that it has to be downstroke, downstroke. This is a bullshit. Okay, if the downstroke can be bah in the second, because per beat we have like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and the downstroke can be 1 2 3 4, 1, 2, can be in the second one 1 2 3 4, or it can be in the third one 1 2 3 4, or it can be the 1 2 3 4. Okay, so don't get stuck on the idea that I've seen so many guys saying, oh no, downstrokes is when we have the beat and upstrokes when we have the off beat. This is a big bullshit. Don't listen to that because it's wrong. Okay, so again, the rhythm do not change the picking directions. And you want to see something? For example, if I have the third scale picture, all right, like this, we learned that it has to be like. See, in this case, we're starting up on the floor, like. But suppose I want to change the rhythms of this, and then I have like 2, 3, and then I have. Changing the picking direction? Nope. I let it. See? I mean, we can play whenever we want to. Of course, we have to adapt into the rhythm to make it work. But I never change the picking direction. You know, in other words, when we do that, you gain confidence. You know, your hand get confidence, and you will be working together with your left hand all the time. Otherwise, you're gonna be. Can you imagine if you had to think about, okay, oh no, it has to be down. No, then it has to be out. No, my friend, you just learn one type of picking and one type of fingering. Obvious that later on we can, for the same line, you can have different types of fingering. But to start, just think like this: one type of fingering and one type of picking. That's all you must know. Okay. Tempo has no correlation with picking direction. Nope. No correlation. That's it. So that's why the picking direction and the fingering are so important, because then you are free to play the way you want to. You know, like. Wow. And check what I did here. For example, we have the first scarpation, okay, starting up. Then I have the second one, just like I mentioned before. Then I have the third one. But did you see that we are mapping vertical areas of the instrument, or zones, if you want to call that, or positions? But we can combine it. For example, if I want to combine the third one with the second one, check this. See if I play. Here we go. Up. See that? I stole this from. So again. And here we go. Woo! See that? We stole from this. Here. See that we have. Yeah. So I'm gonna have like. sorry. And you know what? We can go more. Woo! 3, 4, and. Fantastic, see that? So, when I start playing like this, you see that I'm starting the process of playing horizontal. Woo! Like, yeah, this is amazing. Now let's combine the second with the first. So I'm gonna have like, and guess what? Changing position. Woo! So again, so we have like, so slower. Let me read some questions here on YouTube. Wow. Oh, no questions. Oh, yes, a lot of questions, but I also already answered them. No new questions. So again, so let's go from the third to the second. Then we're gonna have like, and we can go into the first again. Then we have the second one where you're gonna have. See, this is really important. First finger, then I'll put the third finger. All right. So again. 3, 4, and. Now let's go from the fourth to the third. So we're gonna have. Guess what? From here, I'm gonna get the third, and then I will do. See that? So again, so remember that the fourth position here, fourth scale arpeggio, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, and. All right. Beautiful. So then third with the second. One more time. Second with the first. Third with the second. Now fourth with the third. Woo! Now let's do the fifth with the fourth. So we're gonna have like, pay attention here. See, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 notes in the same string. So I like. Woo! One more time. 2, and 3, 10, 4, and 1. And then you can use this for C major or A minor. You know? Let me get this loop here. If I have something like this. For example, if I have like. Let me record it louder for you. All right. So it's again. Okay, let me. 2, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next one here. 2. Oh, there is a interesting thing to think about. We have per beat 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3, which means that tempo and or beat and off beat, okay, are the same. Which means that if we have like this, you see that we started on the beat. We can also do like 1, 2, like 1, 2. It works as well. See? And what we have this, the 2 and the 4th, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. You like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can also be done 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can do both. So pay attention where you start your lines. If it's starting on the first beat, on the second 60 note, on the third 60 note, or in the fourth 60 note. But Peter, should I practice like that? Yes. You have to really know what you're doing. Okay, I'm not saying you have to know billion of things, because we are working with simple things. But this is the root that will give birth to so many things, and you will see where we're gonna be in a couple of hours or tomorrow. Okay, so now the 5th here, they 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. And then I can start like just playing different rhythms, but without changing the picking. And you know what? I remember that when I figured that that this was the beginning of everything, I said, man, actually I found my joy again, because it was so simple. But I remember that I used to play those things, not into just one chord, into so many possibilities, and they sound amazing. You know what I'm saying, man? This is something that is simple, and yes, I can have fun just like I have fun playing a pentatonic scale, you know? Let me just read some questions here. Do you use the same scale arpeggios for ascending lines? I will be talking about that. Do you set up the scale arpeggios for melodic minor basically the same as major, omitting the 4th? Not exactly. We have scale arpeggios for melodic minor, which I'm going to show you guys, but not exactly like that. Okay? Okay, can you match the finger digit on the left hand? Not sure what you mean, my friend. Anyway, let me keep keep doing this. So, well, my problem going from the high to the low has gone. And then everywhere I could, I was using, and obviously that later I figured out that I could do some articulations, mainly because George, one of the lines that I got from George was, see, oh about chromatics, which I'm gonna show you how you're gonna approach chromatics, because chromatics is something dangerous. It can sound amazing or it can sound a big shit. Okay? But this type of or see? Like articulations like that. Anyway, so now let's do some ideas going from the lower strings to the higher strings. Oh, Peter, does that mean that we're gonna have the scale arpeggios going from the low to the high? No. Going from the lower to the high, we're gonna have what we call common arpeggios. Okay, and so for each area of the instrument, we have to know the arpeggios that do not contain the F note, because on the major scale the problem is the F note. Why? Because the F note creates what we call a tension on the scale, and we don't want that. We want to build what we call hybrid lines, and we will better understand the power of hybrid lines in a couple of minutes. That's why we are skipping the fourth, which the fourth it's the avoid note. Actually, you can't stop. Okay? You can't do that when you have major chords. It's better, a little better. Anyway, never stop on the fourth. So that's why we don't have to think about it, because we are just omitting the fourth. We are just kicking the ass of the fourth. So get out of here, and you will know how we're gonna bring it on the perfect time when we need that. For now, we don't need the fourth in major 7 chords, or the flat 6 for minor 7 chords. They are not needed. Okay, so for this position, I'm gonna have like A minor. Check this. Down, 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 up. Well, now we're gonna start working on some technique. Remember that for the right hand, I mentioned about 2 important things. So the first one was the movement of the arm. The second one is the how we pick, because we have what we call the sweep picking. So this is a perfect thing for you to practice, you know? Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. All right? So you can also work like this. See? And see if what you're doing has rhythm. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. See? 1, 2, 3, up. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. This is the first exercise. Another exercise that you can do is down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Alright, so down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And you see, I'm not playing twice. I'm just sweep, just like the name itself says. It's not no, it's from once you play with one movement. You just play 2 notes, like then. I'm starting on the 6th string, then I'm starting on the 5th string, then I'm starting from the 4th string, then I'm starting from the 3rd string, then I'm starting from the 2nd string. And yes, when we use the sweep picking, we're gonna use a lot of wrist. Okay, so that's why we have to know that we have there's so many things about the secrets about the right hand, because we're gonna combine them, and you will see when we start creating lines. Okay, so again, we have like 1, 2, 3 up, or 1, 2 up, 1, 2 up, 1, 2 up, 1, 2 up, 1, 2 up. Okay, this is a very interesting study to do. So coming back for the real arpeggios, so we have like A minor 7, sorry. Then we have C major 7, which is down, down, up, down. You see that we have something interesting here. We have like down, down, up. But Peter, we play the 4th string, and then we have to go to the 3rd. Yes, but going down, we can't do that. See? Okay, then we have E minor 7, which is gonna be up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Again, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. So we have again A minor 7, down, 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 up, C major 7, down, down, up, down, E minor 7, up, down, down, down. Then we have A minor 7, up, down, down, down. Then we have C major 7, down, 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 up. In other words, C major 7, E minor 7, and A minor 7. All right. All the other triads derived from the major scale are out. Just like D minor. D minor has the F. F major has the F. G7 has the F node. Like B half diminished has the F node. So all of them, they are out. Okay, so yes, you have to know how to do this arpeggios in each area. The second area you have like, then we have C major, then we have E minor 7, then A minor 7, then we have C major 7, or down, down, up, down. So again, in this area here, we have like up, down, 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 which is A minor 7, up, down, down, down. Then we have C major 7, which is down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then we have E minor 7, which is down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then we have A minor 7, which is down, 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 up. You can use sometimes you can do it with your pinky, and sometimes with the 3rd finger here, okay? Then we have C major 7, which we have 2 options. The first one is down, down, up, down. And the second one is down, 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 up. Actually, this one works for this position and for this position. It's a hybrid. Then we have the 3rd position, where we're going to have C major 7, down, down, up, down. And also we can have a possibility like this. Up, down, down, down. See, a different C major 7. Up, down, down, down. Then we have E minor 7, which is up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Then we have A minor 7, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Then we have C major 7, which we can do down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then we have E minor 7, which we can do down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Alright, so again, C major 7, down, down, up, down, or up, down, down, down. Then we have E minor 7, which is up, down, down, down. Then we have A minor 7, up, down, down, down. C major 7, down, 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 up. E minor 7, down, 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 up. Okay? And then next position, we're gonna have E minor 7, down, 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 up. A minor 7, down, 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 up. Then C major 7, down, down, up, down. Okay? Then E minor 7, up, down, down, down. And the next one, we're gonna have E minor 7, up, down, down, down. Then A minor 7, up, down, down, down. Then C major 7, down, 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 up. Then E minor 7, down, 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 up. Then A minor 7, down, 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 up. Okay? And now it's time for us to start combining those ideas, like going up and down. However, remember that to play arpeggios like this, we are using lots of, and notice that we are only using ascending ones, okay? You will know later why, because the finger is different. So later on, we're gonna figure out how to do descending arpeggios. So right now we have the movement, the wrist, the forearm, and the shoulder as the arm movement. And then we have the techniques, the picking techniques, which is the sweep. And then when we go fast, we have what we call the B picking. Yes, the B, the why? Because the B picking works like that. When we play so fast, if we try to play the string with the whole pick, I mean, it will be difficult for doing that. So we just play with the small part of the pick, and also you never lose contact. It's just like doing like this. Okay? We don't do like this. No, we do. We never lose contact. So imagine that my hand is the pick. So we do like this. See that I'm not losing any contact with the string. See that? I'm not doing. I'm doing. Okay? What is wrong with ascending scale arpeggio lines in your opinion? Nothing wrong, my friend. This is just the way we're gonna build our lines. Okay? So I'm giving you some ideas and some tools actually for play beautiful lines. All right? There's nothing wrong. So now we're gonna have to add. So if you want to play, for example, chromatics, I don't want to focus on the beat picking, because to play the beat picking you must play really fast. Like, see? So you can practice the beat picking like this. See, forearm. Or a very interesting exercise, very simple, but exercise that works, is if you play. See? Starting down. See that? Then you have to know it. That's the articulation. Okay? Then you do. Alright? Mainly when you go from the higher notes to the lower notes. And when we go from the low to the higher notes, I mean, we can do sometimes the beat picking as well, but we have another type of picking which we call the down stroke or the rest stroke picking, which is something that gypsy guitar players, they used to do lots of times, actually all the time. So every time I play a note going down, I have to rest the picking in the next string. So if I play this note here, I have to rest in the E string. So see? Again, so you can practice this type of picking with scale arpeggio like I recommend you to do that to gain like confidence, you know, like see that. So sorry, so see, exaggerating. Then see, I'm resting all the notes possible. Again. Then I have like woo. Okay. Then I have like. But Peter, would I play all the time like that? No, I don't recommend you to play all the time like that. I recommend you to combine the techniques. Okay, that's why I can say, okay, do the first one like this, do the second one. Did you see that I talk about the right hand according to the left hand? So I never talk only about the right hand because it does not work. Okay, so talking about right hand without the left hand, I mean there is no meaning and it doesn't work. Okay, so now let's try to apply or to combine some common arpeggios with scale arpeggios. So I can do something like that. For example, I can play E minor 7, then I'm gonna play C major 7. Beautiful. However, here comes the trick. Every major 7 arpeggio should be started from the major 7. This is not a rule, but this is something that will make your line more, better. Okay? So when you do like, so up, down, 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 then you have up, down. See, same finger. Major 7, then a C major arpeggio. So up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. See that happen? And guess what? Do we have something starting with this note? Oh yes, I have the second scale arpeggio. Woo! So it means that I can have a line like this. I will put the second finger. Why? Because this is the finger that I start the second arpeggio. So I'm gonna do like this. See that? From here. So 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. That's beautiful, you know? All right. Also, we could play, for example, A minor 7. See. And after here, we can play C major 7 like that. But we're gonna start from the major 7. And also we have to change the rhythm a lot. Well, not a lot, but have to add some triplets on that. Because I'm gonna have like, wow, see that? Why this note? Because I know that this note works, okay? It's just like, it's a combination between C major 7 and E minor 7, which is almost the same arpeggio. Okay, so I play. Then I can do. Wow, lots of triplets, see? Down, ta ka ta ta, count ta ta ta. It's important to sing. Ta ka ta ka, down, ta ka ta ta, count ta ta ta. Ta ka ta ka, down, ta ka ta ta, count ta ta ta. See how you sing triplets? Down. Why down? Because we do down. Woo! So the way we play is totally 100% related to what we sing. So down, da ka da da, count ka da da. Guess what? Do I have something starting from this note? Yes, I have the second arpeggio. Well, we can play. Backing track. That's brilliant. Like down ta 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 count ta ta down ta 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 count ta ta. It's important. Down ta 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 count ta ta. If you knew the importance of singing, you would sing much more than you sing nowadays. And I believe that so many of you never sing what you play. Actually, it has to be the opposite. You play what you sing. Because Peter, but I'm not a singer. I'm not asking you to be a singer. I'm telling you to give priority to what you have inside, and you don't have to sing notes if we can't. Okay, if you can, fantastic. But if you can't, but there is two different sounds, low and high, and it gives us the power of the music. Tupa, tupa. There is not one note. Always we have at least two. We don't have like this. We have kuda. So the you know. So we have like tupa, tupa, kutupa, kutupa, tunta, kuda. Wow, kuda. So we play kudu. Kudu, kudu ba. So too low, kudu ba, and high. Like then we do like kudu ba. Wow, kudu ba. It can be ta ta ta. See that? Kudu ba ba do. Ba do. There's a kudu ba do. So we work like this. We play what we sing. Just like a drummer. It's not da da da. It's lower. See? Lots of lowers. So it's really important for you to do like that. But Peter, how can I start? Well, I would say that the best way to start is trying to emulate. If you want to get better playing jazz, okay? So you can listen to Count Basie Orchestra and try to sing the arrangements. Like wow, it makes part of the fun. It's not ta 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 ta. No, it's kuduba kuduba. So oh kudu kudu So see, lots of things I listen to. Also, Charlie Christian, which was a genius, you know, Benny Goodman, guys from the swing era, and try to emulate the big bands and some Charlie Christians, because Charlie Christian was the first one to improvise doing riffs. They used to play the blues, like. So this is real fun, and if you lose this, I mean, you lose 90% of the music. Because this is the fun part of music, you know, rhythm. And then what about the melodies? The melodies are, if we can say that, are the sentimental part of it, you know, where we play the chords. Ooh, so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Or the notes. Oh, that's beautiful. So this is the emotional part. But the fun part is you know? And also it's important to know that talking about jazz, okay? Everybody plays that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but actually this is fucking wrong, because if we come back in time in the Dixieland era, you will see that the strongest tempo is 1 and 3. You have the tube like boom, 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 boom. Just like I call that dance of the elephant. Boom, 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 and then we feel the tune. One, I can listen to like Colin Hawkins, but I'm feeling. See the 1 and 3. Okay, so this is really important, and if you listen to Wes Montgomery, you will see what I'm talking about. Hi Peter, when you play with the pick, is it a mistake to touch the string with your thumb? With the thumb? Yes, I think it is. Yes, it is a mistake. Let me see here. Benson's right hand technique uses mostly 3 fingers. That's truth. It seems that the 4th is rarely used. Is that for speed reasons? No, my friend. Oh, yes, it is for speed reasons, but I remember that I asked George about the 4th finger. I said, hey George, I noticed that you barely use your 4 fingers. And then George told me, yes, I use it when I need that. That was his answer. And then I figured that this is true. For example, to play arpeggio like that, we need the pinky a lot, okay? But not for playing, you know, if you want to, we can play only 3 fingers, you know, like, see that we barely, so, coming back to what I was doing. So this is really important important for you to not only practice the instrument but practice without your instrument. Okay, really important. I did that lots of times and for many years. So many people that oh Peter, how many hours did you practice a day, or do you practice a day? When I was a kid, I used to practice 15 hours. However, not with my guitar in my hand. I used to practice with the guitar in my hand maybe 4, 5. But what about the others? I used to transcribe lots of harmonies, like to develop my ears. You know, I used to practice a lot of rhythms or listening to big bands like that and trying to emulate what they were doing. Or if I wanted to transcribe part of a solo or a lick, I had to sing the solo first, you know? Like and when you do like it's different when I play like if I sing see that? Or if I sing there's an L, here's a see that? So lots of articulation that you can only do it once you sing it. Like there's a lot of jazz has a lot of L, which is the you know. It helps you a lot to better understand how you should work. And I learned this from Dizzy Gillespie and from Cannibal Adderley. I remember that I got this line actually from Cannibal. But instead of playing, Cannibal play like one. There's an L here, the letter L, or the sound. So, looks like crazy guy. So, so we're like one. Yeah, it's almost yeah. So it's really important to sing, okay? Just trying to open your mind. To don't try to only practice notes or practice chords, all right? So also, for example, we could do, for example, E minor 7, all right? Then C major 7, just like we did. So down, 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 hammer, down, down, okay? Down, 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 hammer, down, down. And guess what? We're gonna use this. Wow, this is a slide. And from here, scale measure from the third position. Woo! So I know Cannibal's articulation. 1. I think this is fucking awesome. Sorry, I changed the line. So using simple things, but they work as a hell, you know. And yes, we can use this type of line over C major, okay. But also we can use this type of lines for any sequence derived from C major. What? Yes. So if I have if I have 2, 3, 4, and that's all. Okay. If we have like this. So, and then, for example, I can use descending movements as well. For example, A minor, instead of playing, which is a shit, I would play like this. See that? Or even E minor. Oh, all right. If I play up, down, down, then we're gonna do it again. Up, pull. Check this line. I can play the second region here. So, sorry. Down, up, pull. Down, up, pull. Down, up, pull. Down, up, pull. So. Interesting. See that? Woo! Or check this. Woo! C major. And I can play. What? What we call double arpeggios. See, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5. See? So I can have a line like this. And guess what? The scale measure. Using what we know, you know? So I have like, that's beautiful. Silence. See that? Let me check. YouTube here. I can't understand French, my friend. My apologies. I wish I could. Here we go. So, again, the line. Now comes the question. Did I use so many complex things? No. I use descending arpeggio, then I use some technique that I just learned. Scale arpeggio, which I already know. And then arpeggios that we already knew, but we are combining them, making a double arpeggio. And then a scale arpeggio again. And yes, you can improvise only using this. That's true. You know? Also, we can play like this. C major descending as well. See that? And guess what? We can do like this. See, instead keep playing the fourth scale page we played. We went to the fifth position. And we do the pull off because it's beautiful. And also to fix the picking. But in this case we could pick like. But we do. Okay. Let me see here. I like him. Watched for about half an hour. He actually gives me some new ideas. Thanks, my friend. Okay, so we have simple things like which can be sorry. Use for any sequence derived from C major scale, or even if it's just one chord. For example, if we have a G sus, if we have if we have this, we can do the same things. Oh, we can do like sorry. That's like just like we did. And then we keep playing the scale arpeggio in this area here. So I have like all right, fantastic. Now you can do so many combinations, all right? So we are using or combining common arpeggios with scale arpeggios. Yes, it gives a perfect combination. However, we must add some pepper on this, adding some chromatics. And that's where the B picking will be. All the other stuff, which is like we could be playing using the rastro picking, you know. Well, the beat picking can work not only with the chromatic thing, but to really feel the beat picking, I really recommend you to do it when we have chromatics. Okay. Well, working with chromatics is not an easy thing. However, if you separate them in types, and if you really know what you're doing in terms of picking and fingering, yes, you can have amazing results. The first type of chromatic that we have, we call the simple chromatic, which is half step from the target tone. Target tone is the note that we're gonna choose to land. Okay, so if I choose this, the simple chromatic would be like this. But Peter, why not like this? You can do, but usually the ascending movements tends to sound better because then they're gonna work just like in the major scale. For example, we have the leading note, which is half step. We don't have. We have a. All right. So let me read this question here. Sorry, just joined it. Great to see you, Peter. Thanks, my friend. One question. In C major root region, you consider that, so man, I'm not talking about it. I'm sorry. Just follow the lessons, my friend. Otherwise, it's going to be a big mess. Okay, thanks for your question, but do it as soon as we start talking about it. So we have like half step from the target note, which means that I'm going to study like this. No, you have to create melodies using these fucking chromatics. So I'm gonna do like this. I have to go down because if I play up, stroke, down, I just destroyed my line. So I'm gonna do like this and keep playing the scale arpeggio. Did you see that I'm taking out these two notes from the scale arpeggio? It's important to know that you can start the scale arpeggio from any note you want. Okay? So we do like this. So let's listen and see how the melody wants to be played in terms of rhythm. So for me is that. See that? And for the one that asked me about the downstroke and upstroke on the beat or offbeat, here is an example where we are playing in the fourth 16 note. So 3, 4. Yeah. Woo. And also I can do 2 times as well. I could do like going to this note and now check this. 2, 3, 4. Also, let's do, for example, in the third string. Okay, let's do in the second string. We have 2 notes, and then I'm going to do. You know, Peter, can I do just one? Yes, you can. But by doing twice the same, it gives you a different sound. You know, like George uses a lot. So see. Down, up, down, up, down. Woo! Then we have. Yeah. Or you can start whatever you want to as well. You know? And then you have to try. Oh, let me do like in the scare visual. It doesn't sound good, you know, but you can try. So let's try in the third string in this position. Sorry. So we have these 2 notes, the octave and the major 7. So going from the octave, now going from the major 7. Woo! Again to the octave and to the major 7. So we have like like see, using the forearm. So we have like so interesting. See that? Woo! For example, did you see that in here? When because I need more accent here, I use the shoulder. I'm not sure if you can see that. Like I'm trying to exaggerate. All right. Fantastic. Now let's try something here. Okay, let's get the first note I can do. Woo! So I can play. What is that? This is just the first note of the scale major with a chromatic. You know, I actually I did another thing which is beautiful. Sorry, only a simple chromatic. Sorry. Here we go. Not yet. Play. But it's too beautiful. But if you do like, because when we do like this, check this. This we call enclosure, which we're gonna talk in a few minutes. But we can do like this. Although this is not a note derived from the scale arpeggio, but that's the third. So we can do half step and half step to the 9. Sounds beautiful. So starting down. Slower. Slower. can play. Let's try and in the third string. So I have like, oh sorry. Why this note? Because that's the fourth. We know that we can use the fourth. So we have it won't. We have to just like Joe Pass. It works though. 3. See that? Woo! Like it's supposed to be it. Or if we just consider these two notes, I can play. It doesn't work. See? So in this case, it's better to play. See, we change position. We go from this position to. Now, if you can do here something, we could play like this. Like. See, to the octave. And then to the major 7. But I can do like this, to the octave, to the major 7. Check this. To the octave, to the major 7, repeating. Woo. Yeah. Now comes the question. Am I talking about fucking scales? Nope. And this is a fantastic thing because my lines, they are starting getting more bebop. You know, sounding a kind of bebop. What looper they use? I use Ditto looper, although I hate to promote any label because they don't give me any assistance. So anyway, now you know. Okay. Questions here. Let me see. Hi Peter. Some tips for playing over chord progressions, all the things you are. Of course. In a few moments. This guitar is beautiful. Thanks, my friend. Hey Peter, thanks for all you do. What about technique from top to the bottom? What do you mean, my friend? Here we go. All right. So this is the what we call simple chromatic. Okay. Then we're gonna have the second type of chromatic, which consists in 2 notes, 3 notes, and 4 notes. In other words, what we call double chromatics, triple chromatics, and quadruple chromatics. All right. But in this case, it's really important to know that we need a starting point and an ending point. In other words, a target tone to start and a target tone to end. All right. So, for example, let's choose this as a target tone. All right. So, can we do double chromatic here? Yes, because we are starting from the 6, and the 6 is a note that belongs to the chord line. But can we do triple chromatic here? 1, 2, 3. Why? Because this note doesn't belong to the chord. Yes, you can do that, and I've seen so many guitar players playing chromatics, whatever they want to, and it sounds a shit, you know. So you can. There isn't any triple chromatic here. However, we have quadruple. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, just like Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker used to play. Woo. So it's a major 7 arpeggio starting from the major 7. And here we go. chromatic, 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 and starting or ending note. All right. So I can remember the first line we had like. And guess what? From here I can play scale arpeggio. What? So I can play. Now we're cooking, baby. Just like short, like. Or check this. Woo! I used the simple chromatic we checked before. Fucking awesome, like. Let me try to do this. After the quadruple chromatic, I'm gonna do. And then 4 times simple chromatic. Let's see what happens. What? Yeah, see that? So you have to really pay attention on what you do. For example, I can do this. From here, I can play. Why? Because 2, 3, 9, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 notes. So the play. Here is a place where we should use the pinky, like. Sounds awesome, like. See that the chromatic gives a really great taste, like. Remember the double arpeggio? So we play. So scale arpeggio, second scale arpeggio, chromatic, quadruple chromatic, keep playing scale arpeggio, then double arpeggio from C major 7, and here we go to the 4th scale arpeggio. Again. Oh, sorry. Yes. Also remember the articulation that I was mentioning in the beginning that we do. See? So I can play. Guess what? From here, because, but, so 1, 2, 3, 4, quadruple chromatic to this note. So, but the quadruple is split. One note is here, and 1, 2, 3 notes are in the second string. So. Again. Or we can do. Or. See? Articulation, chromatic, 3rd scale arpeggio, going to the 2nd scale arpeggio, then double chromatic from C major. Like this. What? This is fucking awesome. I'm not sure if you think this is so awesome just like me, but man, I really dig this, man. I love this type of thing. Scale arpeggios go from button strings to top. What about the opposite? I mean, focus on the things that that I'm showing you, because you will have a great result. I mean, you can build scale arpeggios going from the lower to to the higher notes, there's no problem. But I prefer to think about it differently, you know, in order to don't play the same thing, you know. Otherwise, we're gonna have the same effect of playing the scale again, coming back, which is boring. You know, that's why I did that, because then you're using a different, although the notes are similar, but it's different. Okay, so not because we can, and also it's not everything that sounds good descending that will sound good ascending. This is a fucking important thing. Okay, so ascending and descending has nothing to do with beauty. Okay, so there are some things that I don't like to play descending. That's true. So I don't play because I don't like, and I choose to play ascending or descending. You know, or some things I used to play ascending and descending, just like arpeggios, common arpeggios. I play both. Okay, so let's see how cool it is. Fantastic. So now we have the third type of chromatic, which we call enclosure. As the name itself says, enclosure, we are surrounding the note, which means that we can play notes before it and after it, and it can use any type of chromatic, which means that I can have one note from one side and 3 notes to the other side, and then I reach my goal, you know. So for example, let's choose this in the second position. Okay, I could have like 1, 2, 3 to the right side, and 1 note for this side. No. Or check this, if I play we call that line directions. Okay, so if I do like this with the same finger, probably, did you see that my hand is telling me that I will do something in this position, even that I will walk horizontally, but my fingers will tell me what is the best solution. Okay, or I could do, if I do with this finger, see, the finger is telling me that I should keep playing here. Line directions. All right, so what? So see, the beat picking, it has to be fast, like. But you play like. This is not as fast to use the beat picking, so you can use the rest stroke picking, like. And then, or what? The enclosure. Then I keep playing the second scale arpeggio, chromatic, quadruple chromatic, and then keep playing the scale arpeggio, and end. Or so we have some options. Beautiful, and we are using only 3 simple things. We are using common arpeggios, we are using simple common arpeggios, we are using scale arpeggios, and we are using chromatics. And the beauty of chromatics is that you can combine them and not use just one. Just like in this position, if we do like this is an enclosure. See, well, because in this case we are using chord tone going to the note, but and then a simple chromatic to the other side. But I could play. Why? Because I can play double chromatic to this side, and I can play half step from this side. So I can do. So. See? Enclosure, and after here, quadruple chromatic. So I'm combining the type of chromatics I have, like same finger, all right? have this. Like here we go. So, using simple things, you can have fantastic results. Okay? Now, we're gonna stop here for today. All right. However, I want to give you a homework. Okay, actually a challenge that I would love you to do. Okay, I'm not to compare which one is the best, but just to see what each one of you can do with that. So, scale arpeggios, common arpeggios, chromatics. You can also steal the lines that I was showing here. Of course, you should with the proper fingering and picking. Okay, so the challenge is record yourself playing something using the scale arpeggios, but not playing anything. Playing this scale arpeggios, common arpeggios, and chromatics. Record yourself and post here in the group. Okay, then we can see how you can work with that. Okay, so this is not a competition because I don't believe that the music has a competition. I believe that each one of us has something beautiful to show the world, you know? So those that want to compete are really idiots, okay? So music is to heal people's heart. It's not for competition. So I would love you to do that. So those that are on YouTube, okay, can join my group here if you want to do that. I will post a link. And here is the link, okay? It's gonna ask you for a password, just put 00, that's fine. So join my Facebook group and I want to see what you can do because it's really important to me to see what you're gonna do with that, over what type of backing track or how you're gonna hold the pick and how you're gonna approach this. So again, it's not a competition, it's just something fun and we can learn a lot even watching those that are starting because we can, I believe that we can learn from anyone if we are smart. So thanks a lot for participating and thanks a lot for being here with me talking about our favorite instrument, the guitar. And hope to see you tomorrow because tomorrow we're gonna know how to do with other types of chords and you will see that the same lines, the same ideas that we are playing today, they will give birth to so many fucking awesome ideas, including different types of scales, including different types of harmonies, sequences, and things like that. Okay, so that's why I ask you to please participate from this challenge. Okay, so use this type of thing because I would love to see what you can do with this type of thing. Okay, so please be here again tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Probably I start every time 10 minutes before 1 o'clock just to give time to people to join. Okay, I will be live again on YouTube, but I will be mainly on the Facebook group. But you can watch live on YouTube for those that watched today. You can watch tomorrow live again. Okay, so tomorrow 1 o'clock, the George Benson Method Week Experience 10 Day 2. Don't miss this, and please tell your friends, tell everyone to join this and participate and come to watch this. You have nothing to lose, you have a lot to gain. So hopefully we're gonna see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.